Greetings and welcome to Miles More Motivation, the show that's designed to give you more happiness, fulfillment, and obviously more motivation. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 ways that are common sense but not necessarily common practice to help you to accelerate towards turning your dreams into reality. Several years ago, about 4 years ago, I was working for a mentor, and one of the things that he used to do is take us away for 2 full days to strategically plan the next 90 days. Remember the first time I heard it, I was like, 2 whole days to plan the next 90 days? And I thought, well, that sounds crazy. But if you know anything about strategic planning, you'll know that 90 days is just 1% of 25 years. You know, which is fascinating, right? So you think, so he said, well, we need 2 days to plan 90 days. Because he said the reason why most people don't achieve their goals is because they don't plan enough. What they do is they take a few tactical moves forward without knowing the real deep emotional reasons why they're making moves. They don't look at the risks and the blind spots and the things that could go wrong. They just crack on and they wonder why a couple of months in something goes wrong that they hadn't planned for. So in this video, I'm going to share with you kind of a bit of a inside look at what that planning was like. And I'm actually going to share with you my 1-page strategic planning template, which I use, my clients use, to plan 90 days in advance for any goal that you want to work on, right? So underneath this video, there should be a link to download that. So go ahead and download that so you can get that. So there's 3 component parts for me to accelerating turning your dreams into reality. Number 1, you need to know what success looks like. We call this evidence of success. So many people will say to me, well, they used to say to me when I was a personal trainer, they'd say, Miles, I want to lose weight. I'd say, how much weight and when by? And they'd say, I don't know, I just want to lose weight. I said, well, you need to know how much weight and when by, because otherwise you could lose 1 pound and you've achieved your goal. But they'd say, and then they'd say, well, no, that wouldn't be it. I'd say, so what is it then? It's so important that you're very, very clear about what success looks like. How many clients, how much money, by when, how much weight, by when. You know, you've got to know how much money and by when. You've got to know exactly what the result is that you're after. And often a lot of people don't spend enough time on this. So the first thing on that 1-page planning document, which you can download somewhere in the links underneath, is you've got to know what success looks like. You've got to be very clear about what success looks like. Number 2, and this is really important, because what often happens once people know what success looks like, they just write a to-do list. And I've got nothing against to-do lists, but what I've found is there's often the wrong order and sequence. So people just boom 20 actions into a list, and actually the most important ones are like 18 and 19, and they should be at the top, right? So what I recommend you do, and this is in the planner, is have what I call 5 major moves. I'm a big believer, a bit like playing chess. There's only a certain amount of moves that probably need to be made for you to win that game. It's the same with life. If there's a goal right now you want to work on, let's stick with the fitness analogy. You want to lose weight, for example, and you want to lose 3 stone by September. There's probably only 5 major moves you need to make. You know, getting a trainer, having the right diet plan, having the right exercise, and knowing the amount of times you need to do that and eat the right foods for you to scientifically hit that goal. You know, as long as you don't get injured, if you do the work and eat the right foods in the amount of an expert has advised you to, you will get the result, right? So it's so important that you know that there's probably, for any goal, probably only 5 major moves that if you just did those 5, one of my clients this past week said she's got an aspiration to speak on stage alongside Tony Robbins. And she was coming up with all these things she was saying she was going to do to get to that. And I said, what would be the 5 major moves? And she was like, oh, I don't know. Haven't really thought about that. I'm like, that would be a good thing for you to think about. You know, you could potentially reach out to Tony Robbins' organization, who may be running an event, and they may actually need a slot for someone who speaks on your topic. And that could be 1 major move, right? Potentially, it's just an example. Or a potential partner that knows Tony Robbins that could get you an intro. I don't know, I'm just making examples here, but the point I'm making is, what we often do is we write a to-do list, and I'm saying scrap the to-do list, figure out what are 5 major moves that you could make that are most likely to accelerate you towards that evidence of success. And the last one, which is arguably the most critical, is you need what we call dream habits. What this means is you need to make sure that you have habits that line up with your goal or outcome. So going back to the fitness one, for example, if you are not eating the right foods, if you're not doing the workouts, if you're not getting the right amount of sleep, if you're not drinking the right amount of water, it's not going to work for you. If you have a goal for your relationship, if you're not doing the romantic things, if you're not being intimate, if you're not doing spontaneous things, then the connection with your significant other is going to fall off. If you have a business, you're not doing the sales calls, you're not doing the follow-ups to prospects, you're not doing the content, then those business results are going to fall off. So you've got to have dream habits that are things that you must do, ritualized things every single working day, if it's work, for example, that are going to lead you to keeping you in momentum towards hitting that evidence of success. If you've ever read the book Ray Dalio Principles, highly recommend that. It talks a little bit more about that. So that's it, dreams into reality. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, like I said, there is a planner, there is a link for this. Download the worksheet. It's somewhere underneath the comments underneath the video. Download the worksheet, fill that in, let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.